What is going on, everybody? How's it going? How's it going? So today there aren't that many people here because I have had such a bad day. I didn't really get a chance to spam Discord, Twitter, Reddit, that kind of stuff. So viewership might be a little light. Maybe people will trickle in as time goes on. I'm really excited to keep working today on this game because we made a lot of progress in the last stream. So I'm going to just do a quick recap of what this project is. Oh, I'm very blurry. There we go. Now you can see my pimples. No, I'm really excited about this project because today was just such a bad day for me, and we made a lot of progress last time. So let's just recap where we're at with Circuit Dude for the Palm Pilot. So Circuit Dude, remember, is a game for the Arty Boy. 32 kilobytes of memory, yada yada yada. It's a puzzle game, 75 levels, level editor, etc. We're putting it onto the M500 here, and we're going to be using Pascal, which is a derivative of like C++. Supposedly it's supposed to be kind of easy, but there's a few different flavors of it, so they all have their own quirks. There's one called Turbo Pascal, which is apparently pretty good. One that I'm using right now is called HS Pascal, High Speed Pascal, and it's got a few of the features from Turbo Pascal, but unfortunately, like NS Basic we were using before, a lot of the documentation is kind of missing, or so I thought. Actually, Raj from Twitter helped me out a little bit. He gave me some cool insight into some stuff. And we were able to, in the last stream, go from basically nothing or a blank screen with a moving line to drawing basically a pixel for each square in the level. Let me go ahead and show you real quick what I mean. So, So if you go to my website real quick, you can actually see where Circuit Dude is, where you can download it for yourself for the PC, iOS, stuff like that. It's coming to Switch very soon, but it's also for Arty Boy. Here's the original version, and this is a little program I made, but it just for the purpose of showing you off the game. This is the first level from the game, and this is how it's drawn. Well, last time we got to the point where we were drawing a pixel. For a black pixel for every item in the level, and then the black background is just white. So let's go take a look at that real quick. This is the Palm Pilot emulator we're using. Oh, I guess the game isn't there. Let me go ahead and install that real quick. Here we go. There we go, Circuit Dude. So we got the level looking that way. Pretty similar to this level here. If you only look at the kind of the blocks of the level, more of a silhouette. And we also have a little drawing here of Circuit Dude. So we didn't actually do that on the stream. Raj, like I said, reached out, and we got a few cool things working. Including drawing for bitmaps. So what we're going to do today is go through each square and draw the proper Arty Boy graphic here. And I'm going to actually use this laptop right here to transfer over some of those files momentarily because I never I never grabbed them. So PC. Actually, what the heck? Where are my pictures? Good boy? Yeah, this is a little Well, gosh. Oh, okay, I think I found it. I'll just go ahead and drag over all these files, and we'll see what we get. Anyways, so while that's transferring, let's look at a little bit of the other features that we found Raj helped out with. So as you can see earlier, when I compiled the game, we no longer have to rely on the HS Pascal program. I actually figured out a way to load it up from the command line itself using this HSPC. I went ahead and I made a HSPC like batch file, and I basically pointed it at the program itself that was living elsewhere. So I can access this from any directory. I can just call the name of the file that I'm trying to compile in, and it'll create the PRC file. I also figured out that I could just do the PILRC as well at the same time to create the resource binary and have that compiled down into it. And speaking of, since we're able to use the command line for compiling, we can actually use VS Code instead to work a little bit on our code, which gives us a little bit of freedom. Earlier, whenever I was copying and pasting in some irregular ASCII characters, they were being converted with HS Pascal, the IDE that's designed for that. It's kind of outdated, so yeah. Another thing too is that the emulator actually shows that resource files are being referenced properly. I'm not quite sure why that was ever broken, but for some reason it's magically working now, and because of it, I'm able to draw a picture of Circuit Dude, but I'm also able to modify the metadata for the application as well. So the author name, the title that you see down here, the icon, stuff like that. So I was able to get that working. The next thing that we were wanting to do inside of this RCP file, where you actually define the BMPs, we were also trying to figure out a way to put the binary data for levels in here to get that to work off of, while the stream wasn't going. And I felt like I got kind of close, but the resources we have available didn't really help out with that. But, speaking of, we also found inside of the program files, we found a copy of the documentation that went with it. Raj found it, actually. I really appreciate that he did that because it has a lot of really useful information in here. One of the things we were looking at earlier was trying to create some sort of byte array at instantiation time or before the program runs, being compiled into read-only memory, constant data. And we weren't able to do that. And I think the documents actually say somewhere in here that you're not able to do that. Unfortunately, it just isn't how this language is designed. So it can't handle that. But it has some other, other stuff in here. I'll show you the res file, the resource file reference that we were talking about. So if you look over here at resources, this is basically telling you how you can include certain kinds of characteristics in the program, or I shouldn't say characteristics, like programs, features that the program can access, different objects and stuff. So you can have like an alert menu, you can have a help menu that pops up, stuff like that, and you can define these UI elements with this resource keyword. Similar to how we had var working and const, you can have another one for resource, but it doesn't stop at just UI elements. There's one for resource file, and so if you want to, you can include a specific file. Well, off the stream, I went ahead and I converted one of the levels to a binary file, and it's just called levels.dat. I just wanted to see if it could work, if I could load the file in some way, and unfortunately I wasn't able to. But we did figure out and I'm sorry, the code kind of looks like this. If I were to try to load the file as a resource, something along the lines of resource file. I'm not sure why this isn't working, but there is another method that we can do similar to the last stream, where we swap out the res file with some sort of rest string. And what this will do is it'll create a resource for us. That's all it is string data. And remember, because we're using Visual Studio now, we can actually paste in like all sorts of characters, and hopefully those won't be compiled out. Like hopefully they won't be replaced. So let's see here. I have res level constant defined, which is the resource ID. I'll pop that in, and this level data will end up becoming a string that we can reference later on. So you know, my thought process is the first thing we can do is try to take the level data that we have, that basically is this level's representation in hex code, and convert it to a string and just paste it in here and see if we can swap it out. Because if we can, there's also another type of resource called a string list, and instead of just having one string here of, you know, whatever we want, we can include another line that's more data of strings. And in theory, we could iterate through this list of strings and be able to pull out all the level data this way. Hey Raj, what's going on, man? Glad you're here. Tariq, hello. Thanks for showing up, guys. I appreciate that. As I said earlier, I really didn't advertise this stream too well because I had a terrible day. I guess before I get going with this, I want to just kind of mention what happened. So this morning, I was going to drive my friend to the airport, so I decided to stay up all night and just kind of hang out with her and help pack and stuff. And she's going back to the Philippines very soon, stopping in Seattle for a little bit. So we're packing all of her stuff. We went to Whataburger to get a milkshake, of course. And by the time we got back, left the car there for a few hours at 3 o'clock, and then leaving at 5:30. The car had been broken into, and my wallet was stolen, and some other important stuff of mine, and some other cars were actually broken into too. And then later on, after I dropped her off at the airport, I got back and got an alert from Walmart as soon as they opened because somebody was trying to buy gift cards and other stuff with it, like I think a phone as well. So I basically called the police to try to get something done with that, and ended up sleeping from like 9 to 4 pretty much, or 11 to 4, or 10 to 4, somewhere around that time. So my sleep schedule is very weird, very off, and I'm super hungry, and yeah, I'm just not having a super good day. But I was looking forward to the stream for a while, so I'm excited to be doing this. So all right, so let's try to get back to this after we take a look at these images that I have here from this other computer. So what I pulled over is hopefully it's the code for Circuit Dude 3.0 for the Arduboy, the latest version, or 3.1, I should say. But I also have a lot of images in here that you can see. Random stuff. Make level.js. What is this? Oh. I actually that's funny. I've taken these levels from other code and compressed them with a script that I wrote. Totally forgot about that. Oh, here we go. So Spritesheets Png. This is basically a compilation of sprites for the game. If I open up the source code, I'll kind of point some stuff out real quick about the sprites. So here we have these this block array. It's pretty much all these all this code is a hexadecimal representation of these sprites right here, and you can actually see up here the definition of what each line is, each object in this array. So trap C is 0, trap O is 1. If you've been watching the streams, you've probably have heard me talk a little bit about this. So trap C is the trap door that opens and closes in the closed state, and that's the very first thing. Wall is number 7, I believe. Or yeah, wall is 7. Exit is 9. There's an animation, so it's 9, 10, and 11. And so you can actually see that this code helps me map out these tiles. So trap C is right here, the closed trap door, and then the capacitor being like the socket when it's out is here, and the capacitor button, and even the rotation button, and it just goes down the list this way. So what we can do is we can split this up into different BMPs, put it into the resource file, the RCP, or the RCP file, and then reference these using constants to be able to basically take the silhouette of a level and draw it as it would appear on the Arty Boy. Oh, hey, Pipe Warp, I appreciate you coming by, man. I was telling them earlier that I really didn't advertise the stream like I normally would. I think I even forgot to post it on Twitter. Let me go ahead and do that. If I'm fast enough, I can get a screenshot before. Ooh, let me do this. Yeah, I could get a screenshot or something and post it to Twitter. Let's see me work. There we go. So just bear with me real quick. So yeah, we'll break this PNG down into different BMPs. We'll put them into the resource file, and then we'll reference them when we're drawing the level. Because we have the decompression technique already established. So we have a definition for every single one of these. We just don't have, there's no meaning, there's no association for what the values are besides 0, besides 7 not being drawn. All right, let's get a link right here. And right, left. Okay. So I guess the plan is after we draw the levels a little bit nicer, we'll go through and we'll do the string list method of storing all the levels over, and then we can iterate through them and hopefully see a complete list of what all the levels look like. Which is, if you remember, today is day 2, stream number 2 of Pascal, and we were trying to get that done by the end of like the first day at NS Basic or the second day, and basically spending 4 days getting nowhere with that. So hopefully by the end of today we'll be able to prove that progress is a lot easier made in Pascal than NS Basic. So the easiest way to slice this apart, this PNG into BMPs, is, see if I haven't even done it, tiles. Did I do that already? I think I did. Oh, look at that. Oh, nice. It's hopefully to have done it in the past and not have to worry about it. Okay, and you can see that the naming convention is still the same. So blank, block, cap B, cap O, on B. These are how I reference the tiles in my mind, and how I would reference them in code as well. I'm just going to go ahead and copy some of these over. And then have a little folder here for them. And now what I think I can do is convert these to BMP pretty quickly. Can I? What's the best way to do this? Mass convert PNG to BMP. Maybe we can just drag and drop using this tool. Oh, 20 files. Okay, let's try one more time. Okay, I hope I can download all of these at once. Yeah, I can. All right, now let's do the rest. And so before I forget, what I want to do is have a list of these. I don't want to sit there typing them all. So I'm going to go ahead and just cd into tiles real quick. And then ls, dir. What is it? dir o? dir b? cmd dir list file names only. Oh, it's \b. B A to D. No, let's not do that. Alrighty. So I have a nice little list here of all the file names. Get the rest of those BMPs real quick. Thank you, freeconvert.com. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. Okay. And let's see. So we got all the BMPs here, and we have them all here in a list. So what I'm going to do is put them into this RCP file. And this is what we can use to actually reference the data. I think whenever you make an like a BMP or some sort of image, you have to associate an ID with it. This here is test icon, and test icon's ID is 1010. So what I need to do is come up with a way of kind of giving these guys all their own resource ID as well. Let's see. I think what I'll do is I'll say blank resource app B, a resource blank. I guess that makes sense. Just precede it with resource. Bitmap family. BMP. I think they're all in tiles, right? So I wonder if I can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and see if this compiles. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have to do this. I have to do both of these right here. I have to create the resource binary. Expecting bitmap icon resource ID got unknown symbol. Oh, that's right. I did not. I said I was going to do it, but I definitely didn't. So let's give these some IDs. I'll just precede it with a 1100 or something. Oh. All right, I want these all to be different numbers so I can reference them. See, what I think I want to do is I want to individually reference these and then create an array of pointers to all of these specific bitmaps, and then I will again use these the tile names as basically an index to the array, like I would with the blocks array in the Arduboy version of the game. So let's go ahead and pull up another helpful website. Number list. Copy paste. I do this a lot, actually. $26. There's 26 of them. So let's get to 26. No, some of them. Boom, baby. Okay, now it should compile because I've given them all unique IDs. I think that's how it works. Bits, bitmap, don't use default color mask. It's not supported. Okay, I wonder if this is the warning 32 bits bitmap. Don't use default color mask. Okay. I wonder if these were just converted over. What is it? Control W? No. Properties. Black and white. Okay. Okay. Save. So the first one was on line 48. Pretty sure was blank, right? 45. Blank. Let's do this. Let's yeah, let's open a few of these real quick and edit them and see if we can change the color mode in these to see if we can get it to compile. If so, I might have to manually do this for a few of them. Okay, so the earliest one is 48. Run it again. And scrolling up. Yeah, 58 now. No, wait. Yeah, 50. Okay, so it looks like we have to go through and unfortunately convert these over to different color modes. Properties, black and white. Okay, save it. What if I open two? Can I do that? Is that faster? Oop, only one at a time. Gotcha. Alright guys, so sorry this is going to take a little bit to do. I guess while we're doing this, if anybody has any cool stories they'd want to share about what they did this weekend, I'd love to hear it. This might take me a good 2 minutes. Man, okay, so unfortunately, I would write a script to do this, but the amount of time it takes to write the script to do this, it's not worth it. If I had a few more images to do, maybe it would be worth it. And that's kind of like the area where something is the most annoying, where it's brain dead enough to where you don't want to do it, but not hard enough to where you need to write a script for it to automate it. And there's no shortcut, I don't think. Oh, Control E for properties. Okay, okay. I'll speed things up. Black and white mode. Save it. Do the next one. Black and white. Okay. Oh my gosh, I keep opening those by mistake. Okay, Control E, black and white. Okay, okay, Control save. Almost done, guys. Control E, black and white. Okay, okay, save. No, that's enough. And so I think actually, unfortunately, these are images that are being used for the Well, that was already done. These are being used by the level editor that I made for PC. So this doesn't include all the images that we're going to need, but it's enough for now to kind of get the idea across of what the levels are and to do the proof of concept of cycling through the levels. Okay. All right, this is the last one, but I'm sure I skipped one at some point and maybe did one twice. All right, here we go. And it looks like it did all of them. Great. So I could load the program. Nothing will look different, but I think what we can do is try to load one or two images from this using these keywords and see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and copy this over into our resource.pas file. Okay. All right, so we have a list of these IDs as constants. And now what we can do is use these in our array. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm really tired, actually. I was telling some people earlier about my car being broken into this morning, and I got very little sleep because I drove a friend to the airport, and I woke up a few hours ago, and I'm very. It's a weird state for me to be in right now because I'm very tired, but also very awake and alert, and I'm just kind of running on fumes right now. Okay, so we have this initialize function here where we set the level data. I'll leave this alone for now, but let's go ahead and kind of copy some of the code over from it. We have the levels array defined up here, and we'll do this one and we'll call it blocks. Remember, blocks is what we name it in the Artivoy version to hold the bitmap data. So we want to do a pointer to bitmaps and then load the pointers in and then put them into this array. I don't quite know how many there are. Let's just do 50 for now. I think there was 26 images, but let's see. Yeah, one. Do this. It'll count it for us. 32. Okay, that's right. So there's 32 possible blocks, and I don't know how to do pointers in Pascal. So let's go take a look real quick. Down here, I have something called draw bitmap, a procedure that'll draw the bitmap to this coordinate set. But let's see, we load a resource as a mem handle. I think mem handle is a memory address, but let's double check that with the new documents that we got. This will be good for us. Just kind of search through here and see if we can, wait, what? Mem handle? Oh, here we go. I think new P. Okay, so I think this is a example to draw a string, and it uses this pointer. So I think pointers use the caret. Yeah, pointer. Pointer type equals to at normal type. So load a bitmap. What is a mem handle? Well, unfortunately, it doesn't tell us. Is this standard Pascal? This is too much random stuff. Well, I guess we could try it real quick. So we do a pointer, bitmap pointer, conversion of this mem handle in bitmap is hbitmap is when we get the resource. So let's go ahead and create another procedure just to automate this for us, and we'll call it acquire bitmap, and we'll give it a bitmap ID. Of course, it's a constant integer. I don't know what variables we'll give it, but let's kind of copy it off of what we have here. So we have some error mem handle. So if bitmap does not equal nil, then we get the pointer to it. This is saying that we're going to. Oh, this light went off. This says we're going to draw it at this coordinate, but let's not draw it because we're going to return the value instead. And let's look up how to do that, Pascal. So procedures and functions, that's what we want. On page 29, we'll return the value, the pointer, and then we'll put the pointer into the array. All right. Okay, so it looks here. Oh yeah, totally forgot. Return values of functions are named the same name as the function, which is cool. So instead of acquired bitmap, we'll just say bitmap pointer. That's what we'll call it. And it will return a pointer which is a bitmap ptr. And so we'll just say oh, we don't actually need this one. I really like that. I wonder if this is going to give us an error. I want there to be a nil value if there's an error that occurs from trying to get the resource, but I'm not sure if that's going to be valid or not. It might just result in the number 0 or like something like that. So or null pointer, hopefully. line 23. See what that looks like. Oh, that's right. It's from when we were messing around with the data a little bit. Unknown identifier on 28. Here, blocks. Oh yeah, that's right. Bitmap PTR. Line 62 now. Looks like we forgot a semicolon. Oh, no, it's, yep, it's because we want to put function here. Okay. Fun, 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 fun. Error in statement, line 69. No semicolon again. Ooh, fun. Okay, it compiled. So let's just run it to make sure that the resources and stuff haven't killed the program for some stupid reason. Oh. Okay, looks like it works. So now that that works, let's go ahead and load in the data into the array. So we'll use this new bitmap pointer function. We'll give it the IDs from here. No, actually from here, these IDs, and we will put it into blocks. And so what that looks like is blocks 0 is equal to bitmap pointer of res blank, as an example, res blank. See if that works. And it works, okay. And because that works, actually, let's do this. Let's do one more interesting, like exit. That one's a fun one to look at. Res exit. And because we're basically, we have a pointer in this box, let's go ahead and make another function to draw the bitmap from the pointer. So draw bitmap will also have draw bitmap pointer, and call it pointer. No, that's apparently keyword. PTR, that's fine. And instead of an integer, it is a bitmap PTR. Also, I copied draw bitmap from the Nico, and so it doesn't really fit my naming convention, so I'll make changes to that every so often. Bitmap ID. So draw bitmap pointer. We don't need to get this bitmap pointer anymore. So we can get rid of this handler. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, great. And so instead of using the draw bitmap to draw the test icon, which is the picture circuit dude, we will do draw bitmap pointer, and we'll instead give it blocks at 0. Yeah, And so what I would expect to happen, instead of drawing circuit dude, it'll draw block 0, which remember is the bitmap pointer that we grab from res exit. And res exit looks like this icon right here. So that's what I'm expecting to happen. Let's go ahead and compile it and see what. Ooh, okay, well. There looks like there is a compile error, unknown identifier. So, there. Line 84 or space 32. So line 84 right here, 32. Oh, of course. We're not using that anymore. Okay. Okay, great. Compiled it. It's still drawing circuit dudes for some reason. And so the exit. If you don't mind, I'm going to just plug in this light real quick so I can see a little bit better. One moment. There we go. I thought I had a something or another. Root. There we go. That should be good. Perfect. Maybe a little too bright. Ooh. Okay. So we're having an issue using draw bitmap pointer. I wonder if I need to restart the emulator just in case. And reinstall a PRC file. Take a look. There we go. Perfect. So it drew the exit. It drew the exit. That's awesome. That's awesome. So because we've done this, we can go through and fill out what each block is going to be. And once we do that, we can draw the levels based off of the blocks array instead of just drawing dots. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put some stuff right here real quick. I think there's 32 of them. Actually, frick. You know what? This is what we have to do. We have to look back at the Artie Boy code, because ultimately this is the order that we want. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this over into Pascal so that we have a Pascal version of this so that I can reference them properly, which is the whole reason why I included res at the beginning for these resources, and so they wouldn't have a naming conflict with these defined values. So let's do this. Up here in, oh, you know what? I can put it into the resource where I define a bunch of constant stuff. Oh, and unfortunately, it looks like exit is a keyword in Pascal, so we're gonna have to come up with a different name for that. Not a big deal. I'll just call it exits, which I think is what I called it in the original Artie Boy version. So yeah, with this, what we can do now is okay. I'm liking this a lot. Oh. You might hear the train in the background go by. It can be loud at times. Tariq, you said, I started to write programs for my next project on the M5 stick C. I just don't have the hardware yet. I don't know if there's an emulator out there for it. I'm sure there is. The people who are working on the M5 stick stuff are really into it. So, you know, let me know what you come up with, man. I'm still super interested to see. All right, so what we're gonna do here is, oh, not that. Oh no. Okay, perfect. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take this list of tiles. This is a mix of tiles with some other definitions, and basically assign the bitmap pointers to it using the resources that we created earlier. Some of them won't exist, but that's okay. We'll go through and get them out. So you can see here the original Artie Boy version on the right and the Pascal version on the left. We have Trap C is the first one. And Do we have that PNG open still? Oh no, did I close it? I hope I didn't. Nope. Oh, wrong one. Oh, sprites? Is it called sprites? Where's it at? Spritesheet. Okay. These are the ones that we're looking for. So I'll just go through this list real quick. Trap C. Oh no. Trap C. Cap O. Cap B. Cap Rot B. Con B. Chip O. Just chip out. The teleport tile. There's no res for the teleport 2 or 3. So I'm going to remove these for now and put a comment in because they're empty spots and they are at 7 and 8 of the index. Wait a minute, did I do that over here? Okay. Fudge. I didn't. Not a big deal. The numbers can be inconsistent as long as the enums the defined constants, English names are the same. The teleporter. Teleporter. Blank? I don't. Oh wait, blank has the same value, I think. 7. So we don't need to draw. There's no. Yeah. Okay. Blank, exit, and then exit 2. Exit, and then exit 2. And exit 3. So these exist as sprites as part of an animation. 8, 9, 10, 11. Trap O. And then dude is the start spot. There's no dude. Wait, dude, and then dude back. Dude back is 31. I don't know why it's like that. Okay. And 14. Res block right here. I think that was the last of them. Hold 30. BR. Hold right here. Okay, I think that was it. I think this should compile. Unknown identifier on 108. So it's saying it can't find this value trap C, I think. But, oh, maybe this isn't saved. Okay, we should be able to get it now. Expected a semicolon somewhere. Line 12? Oh. Okay. Unknown identifier 115. What file? Dude.path. Exits. Okay. 115 again. Is exits defined? Yep. Go ahead and generate the binary and try the Pascal file again. Man, this is actually really cool. We're gonna see not much different for a second, but then all of a sudden drawing the map will look way better. Way better. And probably slower too. And we're coming up here on an hour of streaming, so I appreciate you guys who are just chilling with me. I appreciate you guys who are just hanging out while I'm going through this. I know it's a little slow today. I'm a little off, and like I said, I didn't really advertise the stream, so not a whole bunch of people are talking or showing up. That's okay. I can do some busy work on my own. I can be a big boy. But if you are here and you're watching from Mixer or Twitch or something, be sure to follow me on the social media links that you see right here. Here. So Twitter or YouTube, youtube.com/crate, and twitch.tv/thecrate, and also Mixer at mixer.com/thecrate. So if you are missing any of these, or you want to go back and rewatch some streams, you can always do that on YouTube. I have basically all the videos on demand being put onto YouTube, and you should always be able to go find them. All right, so let's jump back into this. CircuitDude.pass. And line 115. Unexpected unknown identifier at 36. So right here, res exits. So for some reason, res exits doesn't exist to it. Oh. Yeah, like I said, I'm a little off right now, so I totally forgot to swap this one out. All right. It should be good to go now. 120. Res dude. Res dude and res start. Oh, res dude and res start are the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pop out dude. And we should be good to go. 126. LED on. Oh, for some reason I call it LED and LED on. Oh. Okay, I realize what happened. I did not create an LED off, right? Because of the nature of the reason why I used these images in the first place was because I was creating the level editor. So I'll create an LED off as well real quick. And what do I call it here? LED on, LED LED on. So LED on is there. Seven. Okay. And that's not supposed to be off, it's supposed to be LED on. And we'll modify this real quick in Paint. I think this is what it looks like. Yeah, that looks about right. I can do this. I think I have some screenshots in here. Okay, no screenshots of completed levels. But I have right here. Okay, just was confirming that I was doing that bitmap again. I don't want to modify that little LED one more time. Okay, so we added on, res on, which means we have to also include the BMP reference in the RCP. Defining res LED on 1127, and we'll go down to the other LED, copy and paste this. LED on. Okay, Gucci. $137. Hold. Oh, it's not called hold. It's called X. Right? Yeah. All right, so it loaded. Let's just bring over this RCP file one more time. I mean, PRC file. PRC, by the way, stands for, I think, POM resource compiled, and P and RCP. I'm not sure, but I've always considered it to be real clear politics. Okay, so now we're drawing, instead of exits, we're still drawing the first in the array for blocks, which is now trap C, the closed trap door. That's good that that's respected. Let's go ahead and update finally the drawing code that we have. Okay. And you know what? I think this I think what we're gonna do is update something. I can finally do this. Interact. Where's it at? Where's it? So I would say we were at maybe 18% for circuitry progress. So I just updated the little progress bar down there. Perfect. It makes me feel a little bit better about myself. So here's the drawing code for the level. So we're going to iterate through X and Y, and then we're going to draw a line, a pixel, basically, at the current location of X and Y. But what we really want to do is draw a tile. So we can do kind of like we have done here, draw bitmap pointer. And what we could do is we could specify which block we want. You know, something like trap C. That would totally work. But we really don't want to do that. We want to do whatever the value that's inside of the current map. At yx. Perfect. So this will draw everything. I think there is an issue. This won't draw the blank space. Basically, it would be the same thing as this. And blank is black in the Arty Boy. So I'm wondering if we could play with the colors a bit to fix that. Let's go ahead and just run this real quick, just to make sure this works. But we're not going to draw the bitmaps at X and Y. We're going to give them a little bit of spacing. They're 8 pixels by 8 pixels, so we'll add that little offset in there too. Good. Filed. And let's run it. Ha! Beautiful. Like I said, there's no background behind it, but the level is drawing the way we expected it to. So awesome. Let's do rectangle. Seven. If it is equal to blank, it's just I'll throw this together so you can see what they look like together. This is so cool. I'm so excited. So there's supposed to be black in between. And what I could do is I could draw one big black rectangle. I think I could also set the background to be black too, of this form. The images are transparent. You can see how the white is invisible. What I should do is go through and make the black the invisible portion, and then draw these images in white, or whatever their normal background color is, or whatever their normal color is. I think I'll do that. The normal color will be white because it's in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think we could try to do that. And the way to do that in this RCP is I think specifically marks these colors as transparent, and that color is black. 255, 255, 255. So I'll just switch this to 0, 0, 0. And see what happens. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that worked. Now let's see if I actually made the changes in the game. So yeah, so the black is now the transparent color. White is only being drawn, and the disgusting purple color in the background, if I was using my Palm Pilot, would be black, but this is a colored Palm Pilot, and I think this is for debug purposes where it can draw different colors. Let me see if I can change the settings real quick to let's see if we can play with the settings to change the colors. Pins, debugging. What if I just exit it, open up the emulator again, and nope. Okay, well, that sucks. I thought there was a way to definitely change this. Maybe what we'll just have to do is turn the background of the form black, and I'm pretty sure Pascal will let us do that some super easy way. So let's just look up background or actually, was it called foreground? Set foreground, set background color when I can't remember. The other day we had a function for this that we found with when we were looking at NS Basic stuff. And you know what? I'll just pull up the documents for NS Basic, and we'll go off of that. It was for what, systrap? Yeah, systrap. NS Basic systrap. Background color. When set back color. That's what we're looking for. That's exactly what we're looking for. When set back color. We'll find a good example for this, I'm sure. Background color with when set or when set back color, which have the same arguments as their foreground analogs. Okay. What do I use to draw bitmaps? When draw bitmap. Oh yeah, totally forgot. So whenever we found the Pascal database, documentation, there's actually this folder with a bunch of Pascal documents, a source code, I'm sorry. And I actually think we could, I did pull it up. We could have some fun going through some of the source code. Anytime we have an issue, or maybe we don't know how to use a function, we could just search through all of the code to see if we find anything useful. For instance, when set text color, new index color. Set draw window, okay. Color. Set color. A lot of HTML stuff over there. Old index color. I don't know what index color type is, but that gives us something that we could look up, I'm sure, in HS Pascal. Or not. No results found. I keep forgetting that the window is cut off a little bit for you guys. on the right side, I can keep going. I'll need to make sure that you can see. I was basically looking for index color, or color really. Okay. You know, I think in this index color thing is just an int. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to say index color background is 0. And I'll do that here. When set back color. Index color type. Pretty sure it'll get upset at me because I have no idea what the format of that's supposed to be. 223. Two, 320. Oh wait, that's right. Maybe I need to do by resources UI color. I think there's another source code example. Yeah. Hey, this might be like the only living example of this being used ever. But UI color, we'll try to use that. Maybe that's where the function is that we're looking for. So it's not being found properly. Huh, never mind, I lied. Okay. Two, two, 4, and 2, 1, T. Expected an assignment operator. When set back color. When set for color? What happens if we do that? Okay, so I think we need to look up where that index color stuff is. Index color type. Maybe I need to cast it, perhaps. Still don't work. 224. I'm on line 224. Let's just see if there's any other kind of back color. Nope. I guess there's set back color RGB. When set colors. That might be both the foreground and background color, or maybe all of them. Let's try this one first. Zero. Oh wait. 255. 555. Unknown identifier. Color. Type declarations typically appear in procedures and programs. The type declaration follows right after the type keyword. In Pascal, there can be more than one type declaration block, and it can be mixed with constant, label, procedure, function, and variable declarations. Why does he say type color, type byte? I guess these are the default types, or the default ones. Maybe I need to do this. EG color. Yeah. Maybe that will help. Index color type. Let's try that one. Nope, nothing. Okay. So we got the level drawing the way we want. Let's go ahead and worry about the background color later on. It's not that important. What might be more important right now is scrolling through the levels, like I've been saying for I feel like 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and try to get that implemented. Now, if you remember, this is the level data right here. This is super ugly and I hate it. I hate this. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and comment this out. Oh, you can't do that in this language? What the heck? I'm gonna go ahead and comment this out. And we're gonna try to go back to the old method we had of levels being stored in an array of strings. And we'll do 75 of them. And we'll go ahead and store the first level using levels 0. I mean, for now, we'll just do ASDF, just for random data being thrown in there. And give me a moment to collect my thoughts if you don't mind. Okay. So, what we were doing is we were putting the levels here as strings, but expand map does not expect there to be a string. So we'll go ahead and actually, you know what? Since this might just work actually, because it'll access the value. Okay, this will be the character, I mean, the string, and this will be the character. And it converts it to a byte. So it's converting from a character to a byte. Oh, okay, that works too. That works too. Let's go ahead and instead of ASDF, let's put in actual code, level data. And I feel like I've converted this data so many times. So many times. So many times. But let's just do it one more time. It should be pretty simple. So we have this level data, and we are going to convert it to a string. To convert a number to a string, yeah, this is what we got to do. Yeah. Okay. Level.for each. We're going to loop through these values and append the output dot to string theme. Console.log output. Perfect. So we did that. But that's actually a hexadecimal. Ugh, my brain is broken. Yeah, that's hexadecimal. We want this to be an ASCII, right? So JS hex to ASCII. Oh yeah, string from car code. Okay, okay. That's right. That's what we want right there, that ugly thing. Now that will be our string that we're going to test. This side. All right. Oh, nope. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Levels 0. So ignore the resource thing. We're not focusing on the resource. We're focusing only on this levels array, filling it in with a random string. And that worked. So let's move this in and load it up. Ooh! Look at that weird thing. Okay. Go ahead and give me a few moments, and I'm gonna go get a drink real quick because my mouth is super dry. But I'll be right back to try to figure out why this just happened. Thanks. Okay, I'm back. That was real fast. Hmm. Hmm. I can't really say why I know why I think this is going on. My hair is crazy. What the heck? Hmm. My guess is that this is not being copy pasted from Chrome properly. And I really don't think there's anything we can do about that. For some reason, whatever it is, we aren't storing this data properly into a string. But if you look here, the last four and the beginning four, I mean the last five and the beginning five um, tiles, I mean letters in the string are the same. And what that's supposed to mean is that the um, uh, first 8 and last 8 tiles of the level are going to look exactly identical. So that means it's I'm sorry about the color, guys, but this column is supposed to be identical to this column. I wonder if we can just load this file one more time onto the Arty Boy. Nope. I meant to say the Palm Pilot. Reset this. Even. Yeah. And we don't see that. We don't see the first and last column being identical. So I wonder if the expand map function is not having an easy time understanding this this array, this string, which makes me think that having a string resource that we wanted, having a list of strings as a resource, is not going to work. Unless there is one thing, unless there is one issue. One thing that could be happening is that the individual letters are being taken and being converted to bytes, and one character is not necessarily equal to one byte. So there might be some weird goofy stuff happening. I guess we could try to put it into this resource right here and see what happens. The level data resource, and instead of levels, we will literally read the data from the pointer that we get. Kind of like how we do the bitmap pointer. We're going to grab a pointer here where we start our loop. So instead of x being 0, and we're going to be reading from levels, we'll actually read from a pointer and increment our location that way. So to start that process, we should take a look at this bitmap code. So this is what it's pretty much going to look like. We're going to dm get resource, and if it's not null, then we'll do some stuff. We'll make the bitmap pointer. Actually, let's do this. Let's make it a procedure and map. Get draw bitmap is what we call it. Draw bitmap. So our procedure is going, what is it going to even do? It's going to get the memory location for the map and then get the starting point for it from the resource ID. So it's going to, I guess it'll return it, so it should be a function. And draw map. No, what am I? My brain is dead. We might not have too much time here because of how big of a headache I have. So probably wrapping up in the next 30 minutes. But what do we call it? Draw bitmap pointer. Let's call it map level pointer, and resource maybe ID. I don't know what that is. And then level integer. And so what we'll do, and we'll return a pointer. Oh, a pointer to a byte, right? That's right. What we'll do the error integer again, and begin. The bitmap h resource. I don't know what this returns. dm get resource. I don't know what that returns. H bitmap. A mem handle. Yeah, we're gonna pass for now just the word level data, right? Let's see if we can get this made. So actually what we're going to do is just need a mem handle. Mem handle, that's all we need. And h resource equals to get resource. I'm going to just kind of look through here one more time. Nope. But here. Just I don't quite understand what the parameter for dm get resource is supposed to be. I mean, this says bitmap resource. I got that from the Nico code, which is one thing that confuses me about it. But I don't even know if that's null, I think that's fine. Like if this is working and it's not even defined anywhere, or it's defined as something else, which I have no clue. Bitmap ID. And resource ID. Look at pointers real quick. You know what? Somebody on Discord did say something to me. Let me pull up that message real quick, and I'll just double check that. Mem handle lock is what we need, not unlock. Maybe the lock is just a pointer to a byte. So we don't need to cast it to bitmap pointer. Maybe we literally just return this mem lock handle of h resource. Maybe? Yeah, but this is not really defined anywhere online. Helpful. Let's check these docs real quick. The pointer to the actual string. P car. What is there a P byte? Nope. font pointer, bitmap pointer. Is there a byte pointer? Nope. The TBMP has always confused me. I'm not quite sure what it's used for or what it's supposed to be, like what the significance of it is. So I just kind of have very small like hopes for getting this to work without understanding what the get resource function is supposed to include. NFNT. So I guess it's a resource type. So that makes me wonder how bitmap resource is a bitmap resource. So there is a list of like resources, resource file. I wonder if what does it say? Bitmap resource? Nope, I don't think that makes sense. Man, this is stumping me a little bit. I guess might as well try it the way it is. We get a level pointer. Actually, you know what? Raj did send me a message on Twitter. I'm gonna just pull up what he said. Resource. Oh. Oh yeah, another thing that I did from the last stream is I kind of just switched over from test.pas to circuitdude.pas. Just changed the file names around a little bit to make it a little bit more kind of obvious what I'm doing. Mm, I don't know, man. Might as well just toss this in and see what happens. New font ID. Font 1007. Font ID. No, I don't think that'll work. This is more like of what I want. Using a string. And then getting a string pointer. Peacock. Hmm. I guess it's easier to do this if we just say, kind of just copy over. Let's try with just a string in the PRC file, kind of like how we have here, the string. I wonder if this would act any differently. Call it level data. Oh, res level. Let me fudge. Res level. Okay, let's get rid of this for a second. This resource, and do the pcar pointer to a character. Documentation. See, oh my gosh, I'm so sleepy right now. Hmm. You know what? I can't get it to work, so I guess we'll just. I can't think of how to get it to work without enough examples of what this resource stuff is supposed to mean. So let's keep this level data the same. Keep this level data here. This will be copied over. Instead of a string there, we'll put it here. Well, let's put the resource back. And I'll say level data equals to level res. Level res is going to be this instead. The level data will be the actual data. ID string. Rest STL. D level res. Okay. Copy over this function in. So what we've done here in the last, I guess, 10 minutes is put our level string here into the resources instead of copying it in. And I mean, maybe that'll make a change. Maybe it won't, but it's probably still going to suffer from the same exact issue that made it draw this way, simply because we're going to be going through the string, converting the characters to bytes, and trying to mess with the data that way. But depending on if the resource, see how it's a different color than var and uses, I think this is a preprocessor thing, which is why it has a slightly different syntax. So if HS Pascal is doing a preprocessor, like run through this to get the resources, maybe it'll actually pull it out the same way it would for this RCP file, or similar to how it would, to make its own like resource information, resource data. And if that's the case, it's quite possible that this data might not be malformed the way it was whenever I just pasted it into the array down here and iterated through it. So it's worth the effort, I think, to just test it. And if it's not going to work, then I think the honest best way to go through this is to still try to find a way to make the binary data work. At one point, I was trying to get the .bin or .dat files to just load and find the pointer with the mem handle lock function and loop through there, and byte by byte. Every 70 bytes is a different level. So I don't think that that's necessarily going to work at this point, but let's get rid of this level pointer function. And you know what? I want to just do a clean test real quick to make sure this will compile. Make sure I didn't ruin anything. It compiled. And let's go look at the string by index. Basically, you pass it a pcar or a pointer to a string, but it's actually a that resource, I think. Let me just clean this code up a little bit. I don't like looking at ugly code too much. Oh, see, there's the exit keyword that we were looking for earlier, or possibly seeing earlier. So Raj actually described this as a helper function to basically iterate through these arrays, through these character strings, I'm sorry, these strings. I wonder what the point of having this var right here, var spcar. I wonder if it's something like in some other languages, where it's actually taking a pointer to the pointer, but anytime it modifies it, it will modify the original. Let's see. Unfortunately, it doesn't doesn't say anything else. How to select items from a string list. You know, we could also do this too. We could also just take this code and test it with a little bit nicer text. That's to be expected. I got rid of the level instantiation code, so everything's 0. And we want to draw the text from this resource. I think the hello world, draw string value hello world into the string field. Let's see. Let's try and set the value. I don't want to do that necessarily. I want to draw. When draw bitmap, when draw text, is that what it's called? Cars? When draw cars. Hmm. Hey Raj, what's going up, man? What's going on? Right now, I am investigating a little bit into the binary data solution so that we can loop through the levels. Right now, the levels are being drawn. Let's see. I don't know if you happen to see it from earlier, but I'll uncomment out this code real quick and show you what it looks like. I think that's all I needed to do. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, so we have the levels drawing. Tried to play with the coloring a little bit. The background needs to be changed to black to make it look more like the Artie Boy version of the game. But we were able to get it to work to some degree. So it looks very similar to this. And so now we want to cycle through the levels. And of course, when doing so, we have to have all the data somewhere together so that we can cycle through it. My thought process was, well, let's try to do the string list process. Doing some sort of car and ord. Okay. Basically, I was thinking of doing this resource string list and then displaying these strings, hello, howdy, yup, yo, and cycling through them first just to make sure that I'm going through the resource properly, and then try to put this string in there. Whenever we just put this string inside of this levels array, pretty much it messed up and didn't draw properly. So we're trying to avoid that. The string by index function, I haven't tested it yet. So I think it might work, but I have to figure out a way to draw the text to the screen to be able to get that to work right. And so right now, there is actually a draw cares function. Where's that? When draw cares, but it's not going to draw it doesn't take a pointer. It takes the actual values. But what we can do here. We should be able to say like value, and let's do 120, 120. This should print the word value. And if this is going to work, we'll just take the value of the that's at the pointer before. We'll pass it by value instead of by reference. And that does not look like it worked. Oh, did I compile it? Of course I didn't. Okay, 263. When draw characters. A comma expected? Is there another value as a parameter that I need? Buffer length, okay. So this is 220. Give it a good length. Okay, so we got value working right here. And let's see. Go ahead and do yep. Some stuff in there. And we'll draw it. Let me take a look at what you got here. By the way, there should be a CHR and an ORD function to turn a byte to car and vice versa. So what I was doing to convert a byte, I was just straight up casting it to byte. I don't know if necessarily that's the best way to do it, but let's check real quick. Okay, ORD. Okay, and write ln might be able to work as well. I think you can prepend at to get the value. Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. Oh, I see what you, okay, wait. Yeah. Okay, that's some useful information. Let's real quick use this string by index real quick. But actually, it doesn't really return anything. So I'm hesitant to use it because I'm not sure how it would actually be used. Increment t is long int, but it doesn't return the value. It doesn't look like. I guess we can try it and see what happens. String by index. var as peacock. But how does this return? How does string by index return a value if there's no return type? Like right here. Is it because inc returns a value? Okay, that's yeah. So you missed it earlier when we were implementing this code kind of cleaning it up a little bit. I was thinking that, yeah, var would change the value of s. So good call. Good call. Yeah, so if we do that, then basically we have to say the string resource, and we'll increment it by 1 if there's a button press. And we can look for a button press, I'm pretty sure, pretty easy. Form resource. Oh, the repeat. We don't want to repeat. We don't want a button. We want like a physical up button or down button. I'll look up the word down. Yeah, so Raj, what you're saying is it takes the pointer and it basically changes it takes the value by reference, changes something, and then passes that reference back to you, or not even returns it back to you. Just you keep that reference and that's it. Just passing by reference. Pretty classic programming. You know what? I could probably look into these and yeah, okay, I kind of do too. Okay, so looking at this doodle.hs, I looked at this example the other day, and you basically just draw on the screen. So it figures out if you're touching the screen or not. And in their main procedure, he has a loop that goes through, and it says if not system handle event, if not menu handle event, if not form dispatch event, if not handle event, then basically they're going through these different events. And basically going through these events, waiting for events before loading anything. And I want to do something similar too. So this example says get an event every 2 seconds, or yeah. Wait a minute. Sys_tick per second. Yes. Every two ticks. This is just straight up 5. Not sure what that is. Event wait for forever. I guess we could do that too. Probably an enum somewhere. And we'll do the same thing. We handle event. Make a function called that, or a procedure called that. Oh, every half second, right? And so what we'll do with this main is we'll loop through and then check for an event. Which actually I have the code right here. If not system handle event, then I think this is what I want to do. And then I'll make a procedure up here. Called handle event. Event type. I guess I do a function. Do that too. Okay, so with event do case e type of. Oh, okay, I see. What is it? Oh, menu event, not main event. Menu event. Makes way more sense. Okay. So with event do case e type of then end. We'll end this too. Form load event. We want to do the pin down event, right? Some sort of pin down. Pin down event. Okay. I think there's also a pin button, or a button event, I should say. Maybe it's called something different though. Okay, so whenever you do a pin down event, what's going to happen? We will increase the pointer by 1, right? And the string resource is what we're going to be printing down here instead of value. And string resource will be a car that we have up here. And when we initialize, initialize. Oh, actually, is this how we do it? Is that what we need to do? Duplicate identifier on 34. Duplicate identifier. 33. Duplicate identifier. Oh, well, yeah, what am I thinking? Let's see if the source code has any more. Nope. Of course not. Let's see. So string resource is a pcar. I think this is what we have to do actually. Something like this. Where I think this will compile, but I'm not going to run it because I don't want to waste my time. Type mismatch 278. Right here. Type mismatch. What if I do that? Will it be okay? $280. $280 at character 5. What? Call the first one string resource pointer. Yeah. String resource pointer. Yeah, I need to beginning. Pretty much do something like this. I think. Zero Dindy, thanks man. Appreciate you stopping by. Just chilling with me. Thank you so much. Bsun6606. Howdy. Steve? The Steve? Wow. I'm excited, man. Thanks for checking out my live stream. Unfortunately, it's not going to be super exciting right now because we're looking at pointers and those are always boring. So Let's see. Get one resource. VM get one resource. I don't know what the difference is. I'm just going to use DM get resource because that's what we used earlier instead of get one resource. Unless one resource is supposed to be the first in a list of something, but the version doesn't have a list. Okay. Raj, what do you think, man? I need to be able to grab the first string from this level data. And so level data is this STL. The documents don't really say what the string, let's see, what the STL looks like. Rest STL. Wait a minute, where's it at? REST STRL. Oh, STL. Yeah. It really doesn't say what you can do with the string list, like how you grab the first string, just how you can iterate through them. So I'm actually kind of stumped because this says it takes a pcar. So I'm assuming you get a pcar from the resource. So at the beginning and initiate, or yeah, in the initialize procedure, we need to get the resource. I don't know what I still don't know what the S2U32 crap is. But get the resource of level data, and that should be the pointer to the very first one, I think. And if not, if handler is not equal to nil, then we don't need that. Yeah, we don't need this either. I'll just say, what is it called? String resource pointer. So string resource pointer. But I don't think this is going to compile. $125. Type mismatch. PR. 241. Pointer. 280. Yeah, so it still looks like, oh, TSTL. Oh, okay. Oh, and look, you know what? I bet when you do get resource, DM get resource, whenever you have a res file, it's just file. I bet that's what that is. Okay. I'm thinking that makes a little bit more sense now. I had no idea what res tlist was supposed to, or res tstl was supposed to mean. I was assuming that they were doing a play on res, like resource, but also rest for some reason. And STL is obviously string list, but Yeah, a lot of this doesn't make any sense without the proper documentation. String resource. Okay. And Raj says on YouTube, there is the hello world.pass example, the demo folder that might help with it. Yeah, I did look at that. They also have it in the docs too for draw a string. Where's that? Yeah, draw a string value into a screen field. So this helped out a little bit. You can find references. Open. Let's see. Okay, you said check out units hs sys2.pass. Let's see what's in here. Oh, sweet. Okay. I see. I don't know why I didn't think to look inside of this stuff. Okay. So there's P, what did we do? STL? And so you see it here, okay. So it looks like res file is like XXXX, as in maybe it doesn't matter. Same with raw. Very interesting. Very interesting. Man, thank you so much for pointing me in this direction, man. Appreciate that so much. Okay. Okay. So we got the string resource, and we had the pointer from it. But we still have the issue. I think we're still at the point now where we have a type. Oh wait. Actually, maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah, type. This is type mismatch. So it looks like when draw cares needs a string, and we still have this pchar pointer. So I wonder if we have a. I don't think is a pchar a pointer to a character or a pointer to a string. S P equals S or I think that's why you can use the byte type. Data handle equals dmg dm get resource. Are you talking about this? dm get resource for the string resource? Oh, then use pcar memlock. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's right. Very true. Very true. Yeah. Okay. That's right. It's a two-step process, and you're supposed to check to see if it's null, but I mean, I don't care. And I think if we can do the mem handle lock, I think with this, you know what? I think with this data, that might be enough for me to be able to try to figure out the binary file data for the levels. Yes, true, true. Okay, mem handle lock. Okay. Okay, yeah, but we're still here at this problem where we want to do when draw cares, um, but there's a type mismatch for this p car. So I wonder if we can do some sort of p car to string. Okay, so a string saved in a p car type as a pointer can be assigned to a string. String equals to p. If the pointer is dereferenced, then only a car is used. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. You're saying remove it now. Oh, I was about to sign something. 282. Expecting a parentheses. I think I messed up somewhere. Let's remove this for a second. I think I accidentally messed up the. Yeah, I think I did. Dang it. And begin. I think I messed up somewhere the then and begin. Well, you literally said it as I said it. Handle event with if not handle. Oh shoot, I put begin twice. Totally right, man. Totally right. Totally right. I don't know how you catch that easier than me. And you're on a delay. You have no control over my code. You're just reading it faster than me. Dang. And it compiled. Okay. See what happens. Yeah. Doesn't look like it's working. Wait, change this to be a string? Like, literally that? I don't know. I think we have to assign a string down here with this. Okay, let's try this real quick and see what happens. That's what the docs say it seems. Oh, whew. The pin, I don't think the pin down event is working right, but we do have the word hello being printed. The buffer is too long. I put 20. I should have just put 5 because they all have 5 characters, but string by index function. No, yeah, I thought I tried using the string by index function by putting in on pin down, the pin down event. But the pin down event isn't being fired for some reason. I'm wondering now if my events aren't being read properly because I'm getting this error whenever I try to leave. If not, then not then. Erase this real quick. I don't really need that. I don't think. You see how this is. Yeah, the reason you can see the inline character is because this one right here, /0 or whatever it's called, the string terminator character, is because of you know what? This also might be somewhere within the level code, which is why it's not displaying properly. But yeah, the reason why we're seeing this is because it's outside the buffer. And it makes me think that I changed the buffer length. So I think I might need to exit out of the emulator. Sometimes it happens. I think I may have locked the memory resource. No, still doing it. Okay. Then why is this set to 20? Oh wait. Duh, I have an error I didn't see. Okay. So a function must be actually. Wow. Yeah, you have to do something with the return value in a function. Interesting. Okay, now let's just try to move this over here. Yeah, so we have hello. But nothing's working. Resource pointer 1. Okay, so if we do the increase resource down here, this is a loop, right? So what it's going to do is it's going to go through this really quickly, and we'll see it increase. But I guess that's fine. But it might be faster than we can see. So I guess we can try that, but And it says that it won't leave. It says that it won't go out of go past a string like this. So we can actually safeguard it jumping out of memory somehow. It's hard to tell if this is freezing or not because the frame rate is either amazing or it's frozen, and I think it might be frozen because it's upset whenever I click the home button. Oh wait, I see what you're saying. You actually are not specifying the index. You're okay. You're not incrementing the index. You're just specifying the index. Okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Gotcha. That might be it. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think what it does is it takes the pointer and then increments it by that many. So, oh shoot. So we have this. I mean, we could try this too. We could try 8, something random. See what happens. Okay, let's try with the new emulator. Interesting. I did 8, and it looks like it's still where it would be at with 2. But I'm going to. I wonder what the code is to quit an application. Like, is there a quit? You stop. Okay. Yeah, I do have a quit right here, so I think maybe we could do this. If not action, or if action, then begin What? So hopefully, if this runs, we'll see if it quits the program when I touch the screen. It might be crashing when it tries to retrieve the resource by index because it completely locks everything. So let's just see if we can get the program to quit and see what happens from there. So I can't get it to quit. Maybe if I do this. Still can't get it. I still can't force it to quit. So I don't think the handle event is being properly properly firing. So let's do this. Let's get rid of that code. Oh, wait a minute. I'll do this. I don't know why I thought that. There we go. Can't believe I overlooked that proof statement. Okay, now we can test it with quitting. This should quit whenever I touch the screen. Okay, still has a problem, but it still works. So I got it to where it'll quit, which should let me know if it's locked up on trying to change a string by index. So if it quits, then it means it's not frozen. So it did quit. Which means let's see. Oh my gosh, I did not mean to do that. Move circuit dude in there. Run it. Click. Nothing happens when I click now. What does this mean? UI app shell called sys fatal records left locked. Oh wait, I think there's an application quit event that I need to wait for or look for. Yeah, app stop. And then I need to unlock everything. Right? Maybe? Wait. If there's an unlock everything function, that would be very sweet of them. Doesn't look like anything is there. Okay. Quit. App stop event. Actually, I don't think they do that either. So I wonder what the resource is that's being locked and what that means. Maybe it's because I'm doing memhandle lock here, and then I'm just checking to see what is okay. Hello, string resource. Hello. Mm-hmm. Let's see. And okay, let's see if that frees up this memory issue. Locked, and I don't want it to be locked. Handler? Unknown identifier, 125. Oh, it's handle, not handler. Okay, doi. 131. Yeah, handle not handler for sure. Unlock the string for sure, for sure. Expected on 131 at 9. 131. Am I looking at this wrong? Let's see. Mem handle? Maybe it's mem handle, not handle. Nope, same issue. Same issue. Oh man, I told myself I would be done by 10 or 10:30 tonight. I'm just having way too much fun. I think if we can get this will be a great stopping point. We'll at least be able to test to see if the string, if the level can go into the string, and if not, we'll do the binary file using the new units. Where's that at? I don't even remember where it's at now, but the unit code. We'll look through that over the next few days. I'll try to get that working. That would be cool. I mean, it would be cool if the string stuff worked too, so I can all see it in one place, but if I ever wanted to modify level code, I could just do it there. Mem handle unlock. And is a handle. Do I need to define ERR? I certainly do. I certainly do. Thank you. Certainly do. Gosh darn it. That was it. So it doesn't crash anymore. Or it doesn't, well, it doesn't throw an error whenever I try to change the level. That's good. So this is drawing. But no cycling still. I wonder if I took that out. Increment. String by index. Let's see. Did. Let's do 2. I mean, either way, if we do 2, it'll regardless of if it's changing it or if it's just setting it, we should see a change on click. And we do. But let's try 18, something bigger, something random. I want something to happen that we haven't seen yet with that. Do the same thing. By the way, did you install the Palm OS SDK? I think there was a Palm debugger included there. Yeah, I think there was some HS Pascal stuff. because you can have a debug window. But I don't know if I've never used a debugger before. I don't know if the debugger will actually work right now or not. I think I could try to play with that. I don't know. I really don't know how helpful it would be under this circumstance. But that's not a bad idea. I did install the SDK. I think it's. Oh, I guess I didn't. Did I? Oh, not there. Yeah, I don't see the Palm SDK here. It might have been on my other computer. I may have done that on my other computer. So maybe the debugging stuff with HS Pascal just works magically and it's not able to find it, and so it hasn't given me any of the options for it. And I thought I installed it a while back, but the API calls for the Palm stuff is like pretty consistent throughout all these different frameworks and languages. So I wonder if I could also find more information just by going through the documents in that, even though we're not using C++. Yeah, man, I'm actually pretty confused about the about this being locked to just the first one. Unless what if it's actually getting to this point for the last value really fast somehow? Let's try that. To remove it so it doesn't stop there. Okay. Didn't seem to help at all. I appreciate the offer, Raj, but I think I found the ISO as well. So, yeah. Like I said, I think it's still on my other computer. I can just grab it from there. I don't know. I really don't know what else we can try to go through this. Unless we do this instead of string by index, we have this new procedure called walk. rs pcar, and what we'll do is we will oh, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, what we can do is we'll just increment the pointer by 1 every time it's called. I mean, what this does though, I guess that makes sense. It's going to grab s. Okay. 115. Period expected? A period is expected? Well, you would think that string by index doesn't work with a string list, but look at this. It literally says, will not walk past an empty string, procedure string by index, how to select items from a string list. Makes me think that this will work or should work. I wonder what this is about though. This is very odd. Doesn't need to be up there. Oh, I think this is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah. Okay, let's try. Oh. I don't think I even referenced the new function that I made. So instead of string by index, let's just do walk. Okay. Go. So what we should do is see like the text kind of sliding or moving one character by one character every time I tap. And we do. Look at that. Howdy. Yep. Yo. I don't know. If this works, then we could do the same thing with the level data. with the resource string. And the issue is no longer, well, can we read text? It doesn't matter if we read text through the string list. It doesn't matter. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to just walk through this data. So let's just test to see if that works. Instead of hello, we will grab every 70 characters for each level, then increment the walk by 70. Yep, exactly. Yep, that's what we would try to do. And I guess we could do it with a normal string resource instead of a string list as well. So expand map will go through this map, the stuff in there. But where does it get this from? It gets it from levels. And levels is strings have a limitation of 255 characters. Levels only have 70 characters in them. This is one level, one full level. Unless you think that we should put every level into one giant string. I was thinking putting one level per string. And if we do that, we can just read to the end, read a few extra bytes, and then end up in the next set of levels. So we don't even have to use the string by index function because it's broken. We can write our own, or we can just go outside the memory space and into the space of the next level. Okay, yeah. All right, so let's look at this pointer again. I'm kind of going, I'm a little dizzy right now, but we want to get this pointer. We get a P car, and I guess what we could do for now, when we do expand map, just for now, is we'll say that levels 0 equals to our string resource pointer. Because remember, this one's a string. This should work, or this should compile, I should say. About working, I don't know. Okay, it looks like we got the same result as last time. So Raj, I didn't get to show you this I think you stepped away. But this is essentially what was drawn last time. Whenever I try to just throw it into a string like this, level 0 equals this. So it makes me think that the expand map function might be wrong if it's converting stuff from a string format. Like, so maybe while putting something into a string, it doesn't hold the right data that it's supposed to. Which is why I think binary data might be the best way to go about this. But yeah, let's see. But you did say something about ord and car. So if I look in here, yeah, change byte to ord. Yeah, exactly. It did nothing. It did nothing different. Can I? Will this let me do this, or do I have to specify? I totally forgot. No, type mismatch. Yeah, so I think because of this, we have to do binary data. Like whatever the issue is, I'm not going to be able to foresee it. It might even be the way this is compiled. It just won't like it. Yeah. But you know, we did try the I think we exhausted the string resource stuff. We had a little bit of fun playing around trying to iterate through. I think for Tuesday night, which is the next stream, 7:30 Central, I think we'll try to get this working beforehand with the binary data, since that's just going to be a lot of guessing again. And then once that's working, loop through the binary data and cycle through, load the different levels, and then once the different levels are grabbed, the level should update. And then whenever we have the levels being drawn and updated and the data being gathered properly, we should be able to draw the gameplay logic. After like a month of streaming, we'll finally be able to get there. So I think, Raj, do you have any other like last minute thoughts before I guess I close the stream out a little bit and kind of go go in the direction of closing it out? Nothing you can think of? Okay, so yeah, like I said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go through this unit stuff, which is a little bit more of what would you call this? Like the framework behind the language and how it works, and how it talks to the API. I guess it's like a wrapper almost for the Palm API. So I'm gonna go through here a little bit, figure out what the binary stuff takes to be implemented, and yeah, I think I'm gonna go through that stuff, figure out what it takes, load the binary file, loop through the stuff, and then hopefully get to gameplay sometime next week. But Tuesday should have that somewhat working, and Thursday gameplay. But actually Tuesday and Thursday this week, I'll be at my friend's house because my apartment has been having crazy construction. Like literally, my house has been shaking on three. I have this is my bedroom, right? Because my bed, that wall right there, has had people working construction. This wall, like 6 inches from my head, and then the wall in that direction, and it's been a killer. I actually have talked to my apartment complex about it, and I'm moving to a different unit very soon because of the how loud it is. But they said that it won't be available until the 21st. So all next week I'll be at my friend's house, and during the weekend I'll be trying to move all my stuff from this apartment to that one. So you might see a little bit of a different background next time, but you know, I think I want the format to be the same. I still want the time frame to be the same too, but I want to make a lot more progress because I'm tired of being stuck on this part of the game, and I can't really post any kind of screenshots or anything fun and say that like it's working. I guess the furthest that we've gotten is let me switch over here, is being able to show a drawn level, but that's not like this level doesn't have um, the the blocks and the walls being merged together. It doesn't have animation, so it's kind of just a proof of concept at this point. No gameplay or nothing like that. So Raj, I appreciate your help, man. Thank you so much tonight. And for other people that were here just checking out my stream, I really appreciate it. Underneath me is my YouTube website, my website, my Twitter, Twitch, Mixer, that stuff. So if you follow me on YouTube, you know, and you miss you miss a stream or something like that, you can always go back and catch up. If this is your first one, you can go back and catch up. So yeah, appreciate it, guys. Raj, no worries, man. No worries. You've been super helpful. I really appreciate the people that have been dedicating a little bit of their time to be able to help me out with this project. I really appreciate it. So, all right, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. So,